everybody, and welcome back. Happy Memorial Day weekend. We have a nice 3-day weekend ahead of us. So
Is it
that
sort
is
of
nice.
weekends?
It is. It's only Saturday. We have 2.5 more days to go.
Oh yay!
Yay!
I get to be twins the whole day.
We're gonna be twins all weekend. We have the same pajama pants and socks. They're Christmas themed, but she likes to be twins lately, so I'm not gonna say no. And we eat breakfast in our pajamas on the weekend. So, all right. So today we're baking again, and we're making scones.
Raspberry scones?
No, not raspberry scones. They are butterscotch scones.
Oh.
I've made scones, and I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong for people. I say scones. I've made them a few times before with cinnamon chips. There's a recipe on the back of the Hershey's bag of cinnamon chips, and I'm like, what the heck, I'll make it. And they were really good. So I can't find cinnamon chips like ever. Apparently they come out during the holidays, but I haven't seen them in at least 2 or 3 years. So I'm using butterscotch chips instead, and I have substituted that in other things as well. I used to make these cinnamon chip muffins. They're kind of like a coffee cake-esque. So we're gonna do that, and because I don't have the bag, and I did find the recipe on Hershey's, but I'm gonna use Sally's because she has a recipe which also uses cinnamon chips, but really I think it'll be fine just swapping it out. So I guess we'll get started. We've got our flour in here, and we've got the rest of our dry ingredients of baking powder, salt, and cinnamon in here. Evelyn, would you like to pour this in?
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Can I do more?
That's it. That's it for the dry ingredients. We're just gonna whisk it together. All right, that's it for the dry ingredients.
What ingredients?
Well, actually, before we do the wet ingredients, we are going to be grating frozen butter because we want to keep it's a pastry, so you want to keep the dough and the butter as cold as possible. So she suggests freezing the stick of butter that we need and then grating it.
New rolling pin before it gets warmed up.
Oh, very smart, but we are actually not using a rolling pin today. But you are correct. If we were doing a croissant or some other type of pastry like a pie crust, we would use my marble rolling pin to keep the dough cold. My little baker.
Oh, great idea!
Now that we're getting towards the end of the butter, I have these Kevlar gloves for just such an occasion. I bought them when I got a mandolin years ago. Here's a stick of grated butter.
Oh, so much kind of butter! Love me. Can you do the pastry cutter? Can you do the pastry?
Wait, I have to check on. I'm making pizza, don't you? All right. I think this is good. Thank you. It really just looks like flour in there. So let's pop this back in the refrigerator, and now we'll do our wet stuff. We need a half a cup of heavy cream. So we did our normal Disney Springs on Monday, and we actually wound up going back there on Wednesday. David took the afternoon off, and we're like, well, let's, we'll all do something together. That was nice. And she picked Disney Springs because we couldn't get a park reservation, so last minute because David only decided the day before. So she suggested Disney Springs. I suggested we have dinner there. So I was able to get a reservation for Jaleo. It's Jose Andres restaurant. It's Spanish cuisine tapas. And it was so good. And it was our first time going back to a restaurant, like indoors, seated, being waited on. And it was really nice. And we were in our own section too. So it was really, really nice.
And when you were going bathroom, my sandwich came.
Oh, your sandwich came while I was in the bathroom?
Yeah.
She got a grilled cheese sandwich. And it was so good. With these potato things, kind of like hash brownie breakfast potatoes. but they were so good. And David and I wound up doing this tour de Spain, where it's a prefix, but you get to pick like 4 different items for 4 courses. So that was really good, and you don't realize how full you're getting. I felt disgusting by the time we got home, but it was so good, and we ate it all. And we split a bottle of wine. It was good. The bathrooms there are cool. The women's is red, the men's is green, and it's like Minnie Mouse. Well, Minnie Mouse isn't there, but it's bright red. There's white polka dots on the floor, stripes on the wall. I liked it. I would never do it in my house, but I really liked it. We've got a half a cup of brown sugar, and we're gonna need a teaspoon and a half of vanilla. So I also suggested that we go to Gideon's. We'll put our names on the virtual queue when we got there. Just to see if the timing would work out, that we could go back there like after we ate or whatever. So we walked straight there and went up to the cast member doing the virtual line. And I said, well, how long is the wait for the virtual queue? She's like, oh, it's about an hour. I'm like, oh, great, okay. She's like, but the standby line is only 10 minutes now. I'll let you in. I'm like, okay. So we waited about 10 minutes to get into Gideon's, which is unheard of. So that was really exciting. And David finally got to go in for himself. And I think my favorite cookie is becoming the pistachio toffee chocolate chip one. It's so good. I love it. Now we're going to do the egg. Since you want to do it, I'm going to have you crack it into this bowl first, just in case some parts of the shell get in it. Okay, lower. Not as bad as I was expecting. It did kind of explode a little in her hand. Hang tight, kiddo. Let me get you a washcloth.
I was hoping it could be this bad.
No, you did really well. There's some on the counter, so don't touch the counter yet. All right, yeah. Okay, so that really wasn't so bad.
Can I do it?
Now you can dump it in. Now we're just gonna whisk all this together.
Okay, what's this?
Now it's a little hard with the brown sugar in there. I also saw the Friends reunion on Thursday. That was exciting. Christy and Raymond have HBO Max, so they invited me over and I was very excited to see that. That was so nice. We're gonna grab the flour, we're gonna drizzle this over, mix it up with a spoon or a spatula, and we've got our butterscotch chips. We also went to Epcot again this week.
I went to go on Spaceship Earth!
We went on Spaceship Earth. That was exciting.
Even though it was a little dark at the end, and they told you what to pick out.
Yeah, it was fun. There's a part at the end of the ride where because you go all the way up through the ride, and on your way back down, you turn around, you go backwards, and to keep you entertained, here you go. You can pour these in. Make sure they all go in. They have you pick like what's your favorite thing, work or leisure. Where do you see yourself living in the future? Just questions like that, and then they kind of compile it all and they put a little story together. Of you. And so I read everything to her and she picked out our whole thing. So that was cool. Said it was a 30-minute wait, but we were on and off the ride in like 28 minutes, and it's like a 25-minute ride.
But even though the elephants were a little down, and now I'm a little scared.
Yeah, in the beginning of the ride, they have on the big screen cavemen hunting mammoths, and it's kind of dark, and she was not a fan. We have a long way to go, but then she was okay after that part. Okay, this is really sticky, and it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna flour the counter, dump it out, put some more flour on my hands, and work it together. So let me get that set up. We forgot our Spike the Bee pollination map, the scavenger hunt. So I wound up not recording much that day.
And tell me about all the other rides.
Yeah, I was going to. We spent a lot of time in Future World, which we hadn't done in a while because we weren't doing indoor rides. But I decided to try them and see how we felt on them, and I felt good. In Spaceship Earth, they put you on your own ride car. Then we went over to Living with the Land. That was nice. And they have not plexiglass barriers between the rows and the boats, but just like plastic shield type things. Did we go on Finding Nemo? Did we do that?
Yeah,
Nemo and Friends? Ooh, this is really, really sticky. Okay, so I'm gonna flatten this out to a disc. I'm gonna go with my gut and that this is 8 inches. So we're going to put these in the refrigerator while the oven is preheating. Normally I would have it preheated, but I want these to get cold again. So that's what they look like. So I'm gonna start preheating the oven to 400 and put these in the refrigerator for like 15 minutes or so.
400 now. It's 400 right now.
It's 4 o'clock right now. All right, we're back. It's been about 15-20 minutes, and we're going to put some heavy cream on top of our scones. Ooh.
Can I do that?
You could do the ones closer to you when we get there, okay?
Okay, I'll do these two. I'll do these two and these two.
Okay.
Done.
Okay, here you go.
Thanks.
So also right after we did, go ahead, just do it. After we did the Nemo ride, we were walking around the aquarium that they have there. We were headed upstairs and one of the cast members just handed out this little booklet with a scavenger hunt to find Dory's friends. Oh my gosh, there's butter all over the back. But it was a lot of fun. You had to go, it told you the sections to go to, and they had pictures of, cartoony pictures of the fish we were looking for. So that was fun. I'm gonna do it, kiddo, because they really need to go into the oven quickly.
I'm going to do what's very close to me.
I have to do them quickly. And then we ate some food. We went into World Showcase, and I got this salmon tartare on a cheddar biscuit. She loved it. I was so proud of her for trying. She didn't want to try the key lime tart that I got next, but
Can you do that?
I also got this pink lemonade hard cider. That was fantastic. Next time we go to Epcot, I will record because I put the Spike the Bee map over there, so we won't forget it for next time.
I love this.
Good.
I like this. I like this.
She wasn't even sure if she was going to eat them because I don't like butterscotch. I don't like butterscotch. You never tried butterscotch. I know, but I don't want it. I don't like it. So I gave her some of the dough as I was cleaning up, and she loved it. She even got a couple of butterscotch chips, and there was a rogue one left in the bag, which she wound up eating too. So now she's really excited for these. So there we go.
I like them now.
These are
now I tried the dough.
Good. I had a feeling you would like this.
Yeah, and we like this more than the dough.
I think so. They'll be nice and yummy when they come out and they're warm. Oh, and there's like a coffee glaze that goes on top, but I'm gonna substitute it for a vanilla glaze she suggests because I don't think she's gonna like it. David's not a fan of coffee, so yeah. These are gonna go in for about 22 minutes, and we're actually gonna start making our pizza. So.
Can I help you do the pizza?
Yes. Okay, so the scones just came out of the oven. They're behind me over there. I'll bring them over in a second. Obviously, we're gonna make the glaze. We've got a cup of confectioner sugar. Instead of using coffee, we're gonna also use heavy cream, 3 tablespoons, and then just a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla again. And then we'll just drizzle on top while they're still warm and try them. And I don't know if you can see over here, partially, that's our
Well,
pizza dough.
Yeah,
So,
and you can see most of it in my grandma.
yeah. So we bake our pizza, I think I've mentioned, on a cast iron skillet. So the oven is preheating now with that inside of it. And then when we're ready to build it, it's like a mad rush. We have everything laid out and ready to go. So, all right, let's get our stuff together. So the scones wound up spreading more, and that's why you try to keep the butter cold, so it prevents that. So Evelyne didn't wind up eating too much when we were at Epcot that day. She tried the salmon and not the key lime tart. So she remembered getting a pretzel there one time in Germany, but it was huge. We wound up sharing one and bringing like half of it home for David. But she wanted that again, and that was just a bit too much. So I suggested a Mickey pretzel, because I haven't had one of those in a while, and she's never had it. So she actually wound up falling asleep while we were walking over there and waiting online for it, because she had not napped that day. So I just let her sleep till we got to the car, and then when I was putting everything in the car, she was eating. And you liked it, right?
Yeah, but now it was too much sugar.
The pretzel?
Yeah, it was too much.
Oh, that's salt. That was some salt on it. So I think we're gonna thin this out a little bit. I changed
you're not listening to her.
No, but this was her suggestion for how to change it if you don't want coffee.
Well, you're not listening to her.
I am listening to her. She suggested using heavy cream if you don't want coffee. It's just
Oh, like that. Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it, okay, mommy? Okay, mommy? Okay, mommy? Okay, mommy? Can I do this one? Boy close to me.
Ooh, it got dark out all of a sudden. I think it's gonna rain. It's been so long since it's rained here. All right.
Oh no, it's kind of broken.
That's okay. You want me to try it first? See if it's too hot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it too hot for me?
Mmm.
Is it
It's really good. And they're so good warm.
Mmm.
Is that good? You want another bite? We can't eat too much because it's pizza time. So I'm just gonna put these aside. I'll bring some to David, but we're gonna wind up eating in like a half hour anyway. All right, so I hope you all have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.